How's it going, guys? My name's Charlie Sikwa. I'm fighting out on Mat Muay Thai. I'm the current three-weight UK #1, and I will be headlining on August the 24th for the ISKA world title.
Charlie, we're here again. You're headlining LFNA in Cardiff, fighting in the hometown. The first time in a while, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, very long time.
How long has it been?
Best part of 10 years, 11 years, I think. Yeah, I think it's 11 years.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
What's that experience going to be like? You've achieved so much in the past 10 years, but you're now fighting at home and for a world title.
Yeah, it'd just be nice getting cheered when you're walking into the ring and in front of your friends and family. So yeah, makes a change. Yeah.
Awesome. Now I want to bring it back to the start, down to your childhood.
Yeah.
Tell me, who is Charlie Sikwa?
Charlie Sikwa was basically born in Zambia, raised in Zambia, moved to Wales in about 2001. Yeah, moved to Wales in 2001, and yeah, just typical kid stuff. Just obviously integrating and getting used to like life in the UK was a little bit different because obviously of the culture shock, and yeah, get used to it after a while, and the rest is history.
What was it like growing up in Zambia?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a question I haven't been asked for a long time. It's just normal, man. Just normal. Basically, just kids, family, school, sports. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, similar to here, pretty much. Yeah.
Awesome. And you came in, like you said, 2001?
2001, yeah, Christmas.
Nearly 25 years ago.
Nearly 25 years ago, yeah.
Did you come over with a family or what?
Yeah, came over with my brother and sister because my mum was already here for a year before we moved and joined her. So yeah, stayed with my auntie, obviously back home, and then moved to Wales in 01.
Awesome. And how old would you have been at that time?
I'd have been 10, turning 11, yeah.
Okay.
I'd have been 10 years old.
So you had still your whole of secondary school in the UK?
Yeah, all my secondary education was in the UK.
Was that difficult coming in at pretty much the start of year 7 and then having to go through your exams in a new culture, in a new country?
It was year 6, so that would have been for the SATs. SATs, I think. I don't know what they're called now, but that's what they're called at the time. It's showing my age a little bit, but no, I don't think it was that difficult because when you're young, it's easy to adapt because I don't know, as a kid, it's just sort of taking in your strides. If I came up here as a grown-up, I think it'd have been a little bit more difficult to readjust to life and stuff. So yeah, as a kid, you just pay no attention and you just go with the flow type of thing, yeah.
Awesome. And were you always involved in combat sports before you came over, or was that something a little bit more recent?
Combat sports is just, I don't know, it's accidental. People always ask me how I get involved. And there's one of the other fighters on the show, Amin Al-Khalani. He started when he was 17, so a year or two before me. Started seeing his posts on Facebook. But before that, I was a rugby player. Got injured, and obviously I got in touch with him just to say, before the pre-season starts, I want to try a little bit of Muay Thai just for fitness, and found out I was good at it, and the rest is history. Coach at the time, Lee Power at Eagles Muay Thai, asked me if I wanted to do an inter-club. Got the taste for blood. Like 3 months later, I had my first fight, and yeah, we're here now.
How long ago was that?
2010. So yeah, 15 years ago, summer of 2010, June, July. Yeah.
Wow. And what do you think a Charlie Sikwa of then, when you first started just for fitness, would say about what you've achieved now?
He'd be shocked, considering he just went to the gym to do a little bit of fitness and lose a bit of weight before the pre-season. Yeah, madness, basically.
Talk about some of the achievement that you've accrued over the last 15 years.
Well, yeah, representing Team UK in the FMO World Championships in Russia, 2012, winning Welsh, British, European, 2 world titles. The most recent world title I won was a Muay Thai Grand Prix 1, 2023, and then in November 2023, fought for an ISKA world title. I came up short, but yeah, that's why we're putting in overtime for this one to make sure that don't happen again. Yeah, staying in Cardiff.
And how long into training did you have until your first fight?
Not long, literally 4 months. My first interclub, 4 months, and then 3 months. Yeah, about 7 months until I had my first fight. About 7 months. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not long at all. Because I've always watched combat sports, see, so maybe, just picked up a few things from watching it for so long. Yeah.
And were you still playing rugby at the time you were having your first few fights?
No, literally as soon as I had the interclub and stuff, I just turned my back on rugby and just put all my focus and energy into this. Yeah.
Wow. And was that the point where you realised, I'm actually quite good at this?
Yeah, I thought I was okay at it. I didn't think, I'd have obviously been ranked #1 in 3 weight divisions, fought here, fought in that country, representing. I didn't think any of that. I just thought I do all right at it. I enjoy it. And yeah, the rest is just sort of come as I've got. I just got gone with the flow, yeah, basically.
How has everything come about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
In terms of going from having your first interclub to going into the A-class ranks, getting these big opportunities and becoming a 3-weight UK #1?
I don't know, I've just, just sort of been in the moment. You don't, while you're doing it, you don't really sit there and think. Maybe reflection is something I'm gonna do once it's all said and done. I'll look back and think, shit. But in the meantime, I'm just going with it. Just going with it. Obviously, I'm happy, I'm proud of some of the things I have achieved, but I haven't really given it too much thought. Yeah.
Was there a pivotal moment in the early part of your career where you went from doing this as a bit of fun, I'm quite good at it, to I can actually have a really good run and I can make something of myself out of the sport?
Yeah, it's just seeing some of the other guys and seeing some of the other guys like Sean Facey, Matt Sheedy, the older fighters when we was at Eagles Gym, seeing what they did. I think they achieved British and European, and I thought, you know what, I train day in and day out with these guys, and I managed to hang in there with them. So if I push myself and really dedicate myself to this, I could really do something here. Yeah.
Awesome. And tell me about the first UK #1 spot that you won.
The first UK #1 spot, I believe, was at 90 kgs. And 90 kgs, I'm sure that was against Darren Anstey as well on Super Fight Series. That's when I had my first UK #1 ranking. Yeah, Amir Subasic was the host of the show, yeah.
And how did that feel?
No, great. Amazing, yeah. It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling that night.
And then the second one was at 85?
The second one was at 85, yeah. I can't think off the top of my head who that was against, but yeah, second one was at 85, and then obviously third one's at 82.5. Yeah.
And what's the goal? Is it to drop down now to 80 in the next couple of years and try to go for that fourth?
Jimpy's trying to make me do that. It'd have to be, I don't know, a ridiculous offer or a really big title. And obviously the money would have to be good to get me down to 80. But we'll see. Who knows? Can never say never. Never say never.
If I'm not mistaken, you're only one of 2 people to have ever had the UK #1 spot in 3 weight divisions, right?
Yeah, I think, well, Liam Harrison's obviously had 4. I'm not sure who the other person is that's had the third, but yeah, and me, obviously, yeah.
What does that feel like, being categorized or being in the same breath of some of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice when people speak about you and, they're mentioning your name with some of these guys. It's good. It just shows like the dedication and the hard work we've put in. Like, it's obviously all been worth it.
Awesome. And let's talk about the fight. You're fighting Robert Stoll, the German #1 for the ISKA world title. For you, from competing for the ISKA world before and you're coming up short, does that give you extra motivation and extra boost?
Yeah, of course.
To win this time? Of
course, absolutely. Because I'm just putting in overtime, like I said earlier, and I'm not coming up short. It's just as simple as that. For me, this fight, failure is not an option, because I've set a few goals in my head over the next 18 months before I call it a day. And the ISKA world title really is one of those bets I do want to have in my living room. There's 3 spaces left, so yeah, hopefully this is the first of 3.
Can you talk to me more about some of them goals that you have over the next 18 months?
Just achieving more world titles. Obviously, the one everyone wants to get on is 1. But unfortunately, there's no weight division for 82.5, if I'm correct. So it literally just jumps from the 50s, the 60s, 77, and all the way up to heavyweight. So hopefully within the next year and a half, something like that changes, or maybe even a catch rate. I don't know. So yeah, more world titles. Hopefully make an appearance or two on that, and yeah, another big send off at home maybe. Yeah.
Awesome. How do you stay motivated? You've already achieved so much. 3-weight UK #1, 2-time world champion, but you've still got that drive and the hunger that you had 15 years ago. How do you keep that going?
Just setting myself goals at the start of every year. Like me and Jimpy always, we have our Mat Muay Thai get together, have a little chat, and just see what's the plan of action for the upcoming year. And yeah, that's how we stay driven. Just giving ourselves goals and something to work towards.
Awesome. And you work full-time in the sport. You do coaching outside of this, right?
Yeah. Always PT and always doing classes in the gym. So it's easy to train then. I'm always in the gym.
How long have you been doing that for?
Full time, I'd say about 6 years. Yeah, I've been coaching and PTing for about 6 years full time. Before that, we used to do machine and crane controlling on the railway. But yeah, just navigating a fight career around night shifts and working in Birmingham one night, Manchester the next. It wasn't realistic, and it was starting to get too hard. So yeah, last 6 years.
Could you see a real difference between the performances in the ring and also in training?
Oh, absolutely. You know, getting up after 4 or 5 hours kip on the ass end of a graveyard shift, you know what I mean? I'm getting my rest in, I'm getting my recovery in, and I'm just able to give my training a lot more energy and time, yeah.
Why do you fight?
Why?
Yeah.
Why do I fight? That's an interesting question. Over the years, there's been loads of different reasons. The first reason was just to lose a bit of weight and have a little bit of fitness, and then just kind of getting pushed and more or less bullied into it. I didn't really have a choice from my old coach. And as you get older, it's for yourself, obviously, to achieve some of the things I've set out to do. And then later on in life, when you meet someone, have kids and stuff like that, you fight for your family. So yeah, at this moment in time, it's my kids. Yeah.
Do your kids come to the fights?
No, they're too young. Yeah, even watching them at home, I wouldn't really want them there. Just 8 and 2.5 years is a bit too young to be watching stuff like that. So yeah, maybe one day, but not now. Yeah.
Would you like them to one day look back at your old fights on YouTube or see the belts in the living room and think, that's my dad?
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it would be nice.
Awesome. And tell me about training with Jimpy, training at Mat Muay Thai. What's that like?
Yeah, it's good. Always, we've got options when it comes to training and sparring partners. But as a head coach, Jimpy's just like, you couldn't ask for more. Always puts people first before himself. Always pushes you, which is what you want a coach to do. And his man management as well, the way he deals with different fighters. Like he'd deal with Alex, for example. He'd deal with her a different way to how he would deal with me. He'd deal with me in a different way to how he would deal with me. So yeah, he's good stuff, man. He's good stuff. I can't sing his praises enough. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're a role model to others in the gym that might look up to you?
No, I don't know. He always says so, but I don't see myself like that. But I suppose so, because obviously young fighters come into the gym. Like I remember myself, actually, when I first started doing Muay Thai, you look at who the champions are, you know, who the ranked guys are, and you obviously look at them and think, I want to be there one day. So yeah, I'd like to think some of the youngsters in the gym look at me and think that.
It seems like you're incredibly humble about what you've achieved and what you're doing for your family and what you're doing for the people that are watching you. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's just me as a person. I'm just, like as my missus says, I'm too laid back. Just, just super chilled about everything. And yeah, that's I don't know. That's just in my makeup. That's how I've always been. Everyone seems to say that. To be fair, yeah.
And once everything is all said and done, your fighting career is finished. What do you want people to remember you for?
Just never quitting and just like, yeah, just always giving 100%. And the most important thing is, looking back in the fights in my career, you can never say Charlie Sikwa has been in a boring fight. Never. Win, lose or draw, I'm always in a barn burner, and this is going to be one of them. Yeah.
Awesome. Charlie Sikwa fighting, headlining LFNA in Cardiff against Robert Stoll for the ISKA world title.